Today, now I don't know how much about myself that I do ramble on about, but today we are going to, my family is almost all Slavic. And as you know, there's a situation with the Ukraine being attacked right now. And I have family in Eastern Europe, a lot of family in Eastern Europe, and everybody's really sad and nervous and scared. And all I can do is Shelly wouldn't let me listen to your message. I'm sorry. I don't know why. Anyway, so I thought I'd do a support. Somebody named Anna in our maniology group asked us to do blue and yellow manis and sunflower manis to do to show our support for the Ukraine. So, or Ukraine actually. The Ukraine is no longer what it's called. This is important information I've been taught recently. All right, so what I'm going to do is first thing I'm going to start the decal, and then I'm going to put another coat of polish on the nails. The decal start here sort of gives me a little bit of time to let everything dry. So what I'm using right now is Maniology's Boba. It's a dark brown stamping polish. And we're going to do a sunflower. So I'm very excited. I probably should have picked up my stamper already, but there. I keep stampers on a specific area of my desk. You know what? This is going to be embarrassing, I bet. Yeah. So this is important. What's Up Nails doesn't have blue film. What's Up Nails has clear film. So you know how everybody in Facebook that we all ask people if they've removed the film? Well, it's especially important if it's clear film that you look. Where's my nail polish remover? Okay, so this is funny. I move my nail polish remover all the time, and sometimes I don't find it for ages. I probably should have looked for it. Oh boy. Okay, so this is very, oh, you know what? It's on the desk. Yeah, standard, classic Reza. All right, so now that it's so funny that it had film on it. Okay, it was clear film. Just give me a pass this time. I've only been stamping for 4 years. It's not like I should know better or anything. I'm a dork. Okay, so we're doing the sunflower mani for Ukraine for anybody who is listening. I don't need these little extra bits, so I'm using Scotch tape, also called cello tape in some areas, to make my little decal. I like to clean, when I have it. I don't like to leave cleaning for later. So what I do so that when you put the paintbrush on your decal, if you don't cover it with a clear layer, you can bring up the polish, and you don't want to do that. You want your decal to stay put. That's the whole point of doing reverse stamping. And I tend to use reverse stamping and decal fairly interchangeably when I'm talking. Not really. I'm lying. Just realized I don't really. But I decided just now to call it a decal. That's all right. All right, so I'm going to put away my brown because I'm done with it. And in order to give everything a chance to dry, I got this in a D-stash. This is called Lapis Lazuli. It is a cobalt blue with like a fine gold shimmer. This is fun. I'm a medieval living history dork. And in heraldry, gold and yellow are both considered the same color in heraldry. So you can represent the color on the flag metallic gold or an actual bright yellow. So I'm going to do some of this as gold. I know that the color is yellow, but sunflowers are yellow, so it'll have yellow too. So I'm pretty excited to do this. I mean, of course, you know, I'm just a disabled person who loves to do nail art. I can't really do anything about any world situation, but I can sit here and paint nails. All right. So, last one. Let me know in the comments or anything if you're not seeing anything or you need me to explain something a little bit better. This accent nail is going to get the sunflower. And what I did to get this, it's kind of a layered effect, although I don't know that you can see it. I used this hideous polish from, I really thought, given the bottle, that it would do something a little bit differently. But it's kind of a gloopy mess, so I tend to use it underneath things. So this one is buttered popcorn, which is my favorite Jelly Belly flavor of all time. I used to ask, the only thing I used to ask for my birthday some years was a pound of buttered popcorn Jelly Bellies. And I'm really good at moderation, so of course I made them last a very long time. All right, so now I'm just putting some top coat on here. I have my tips on my standard, oops, that is a bit of fuzz. Don't want to do that. I have my tips on, hello, hey Pink, or what your real name is. Hi Shelly. It keeps, I don't know, Shelly, I don't know why it keeps erasing your message and it appears on my screen as message retracted, which is no fun. No fun at all. I'm so glad you joined me. I keep having these little fuzzies. This is not a good problem to have. Okay. Well, here we go. I got it. I mean, Gozer does run around. Hey, Cammy. Hey, everybody. I'm standing up so that I can see your messages, because, you know, the phone's in its little house. If you're just coming, I'm working on, I have a lot of Slavic family, and I'm working on a support for Ukraine mani with blue and yellow. I was explaining why I was using gold as well. So anyway, I put that buttered popcorn down on the accent nail, and then I thought, well, that doesn't look very good. So I put some OPI, I don't know, glitter all the way. I'm sure it was on clearance. I never pay full price for polishes like that. And then just a bit of the finger paints. What is this called? Oh my gosh. So, and then, so that's how I got this fingernail, that accent, in case you were, I was kind of hoping there'd be more gold in this. In the bottle, it looks like there's, I'm going to show you the bottle again. It looks like it's more gold, but I guess it's really fine glitter. Anyway, so we're probably ready to fill this guy in. So I am going to just test it. Okay, I'm not a fan of working with reverse stamps that are this thin, so I am going to actually run over here. I just like, I like it to not disintegrate when I touch it, is really, that's all I'm after. I did some heavy cleaning in the kitchen today, so I'm thinking that I probably distributed some dust in this area, which is why I'm getting all sorts of problems. Is everybody enjoying their Sunday? I hope so. All right, so we put that on. Now we're going to, I found a fun stamp. I just got this from AliExpress. This is You Pretty Go JR162. I had wanted to use Creative Shop plates because, you know, they're a Ukrainian company. And I have a lot of Creative Shop plates, probably 60. But I couldn't find a design of sunflowers or anything like that. So that's a little sad. Instead, I'm using this image. And so the sunflower is going to come down like this from the top, just like it does on the stamping plate. So then I'm going to take this, hit the bottle. This was killed by acetone, but it's their stamping polish with the word yolk in it. It's one of my favorite of her stamping polishes. So what I'm going to do here is grab this little image, and then I'm going to put it sort of a, oh, of course I picked up a totally different stamper and it didn't stamp well. So I'm hoping that if I give it a lot of acetone, I'm going to give it the treatment. Now, I'll tell you, this is my little secret. When I'm having trouble with a stamping plate and it's just not picking up great, what I tend to do, because a metalsmith friend of mine taught me this, that when metal is cold, it contracts, and when metal is hot, it expands. So when you're touching your stamping plate a lot while you're using it, you're actually making that stamp pick up much less well, because it's kind of spreading it out and you can't, there's no like groove for it to go in anymore. So if you cool it down, then that actually makes the groove a little bit better. Now, I'm not going to run away and stop this live stream so that I can put it in the freezer, because that is what I normally do when I have an image I'm having trouble with. Hello, hello. Thank you. So yes, that's what I do if I'm having trouble with an image. I am afraid I might not be able to help you here. Let me try a different image. Now this one is on the Creative Shop plate, so maybe I am destined to use this Ukrainian plate. Okay, let's look at this. You're gonna watch me design for a minute here. I usually don't design I don't design live. Maybe that would be something I could show you all. All right, so you know how I said this is gonna be on this nail. Well, let me see. Looking at these images here. Yes, so the Ukraine has several different flowers. Now, the sunflower is actually their national flower, which, as I don't remember who you were, but yes. But also cornflowers are important. Wheat is a national symbol. And there's a Slavic, here we go. So we have a lot of Slavic folk art in our family's houses and stuff. And this really reminds me, this braided image here really reminds me of it. So I might do something like this, but it has to look right with the sunflower, right? So there might be a way. I think these edges could maybe work as kind of French tip images. So I'm going to try that while the sunflower dries the rest of the way and see what I can do and how fast I can work. Just 2 scrapes. All right. I have to not look through the glass. Now the Scotch tape is going to get rid of anything I don't want to use. And I don't want to use much of this over here. It's a very, very tiny image. So I'm going to have to use sticky base coat on it. I don't know if you can see all that. I just want that bit on the French tip, and I'm helped out by the fact that these are a kind of a coffin nail. Hi Lexa, it's so great to see you. Thank you all for joining me. So real quick before I pick anything else up, now with symmetry, if I hate this, I don't have to use it anywhere else. If I try it on this and I don't like it, then I can do something different on these 2 nails. The magic of symmetry. But if I do like it, I'll do it on every other one. So my sticky base coat is Clingy by Nevermind. She's actually changed my stamping, my whole way of stamping. Hi. Okay, so I see what's happening. What's happening is it's giving me the whole history every time someone chimes in. That's helpful. I thought people were leaving the same message over and over because I haven't done this before. Okay. Oh, thank you for the likes. So I'm probably going to hang around, I guess maybe as long as this takes me. Do I like the way this goes? I think probably I might like this a little bit better. Can you see me? You can see me. Okay. So I'm doing this lightly because what I noticed is that the sticky base coat can sometimes, if you push down a little more firmly, then it can slide. So you see that? I like it so much. I am going to do this on the other nails. So I am using Creative Shop plates. Zlata, and I don't remember the other friend who is over there. Is it? No, it's not Susie. Anyway, I don't remember the first name of the nice creative shop lady, but I do hope you're okay. So I'm gonna acetone this a little bit more. You can never clean your plates enough. All right, so these are the edges that I'm using for the French tips. I really did like that look. I'm gonna do one more of these and then I'm gonna start, and I'm gonna show you how to do a gradient when you're filling in a reverse stamp. Because sometimes maybe you want a gradient and you should be able to, even if it is a reverse stamp. It requires some place to put the paint. Normally I put the paint, I take it from the edge of the wand onto my brush, but we're going to do something a little different than that today. All right, so I cleaned that. I'm going to put down my sticky base coat. I really like the way that pinky nail looks. Am I crazy? Does it look all right? You probably can't even see. Am I seeing? Can I see you? Sorry, I'm reading your comments. All right. So, all right. I gotta let that dry just a couple seconds. So what I'm doing here with my colors is, whoops, I was showing you things and then, oh no, I broke it all. I broke it all. There we go. I'm not going to mess with it anymore. I'll just bring it up to the screen if, oh my goodness, how new am I to this? I think I'm a boomer. All right. Like it? I like it. Let's hope that that is, okay, there we go. I really like this little French tip look here. There we go. All right. So now it's time for the showstopper, the sunflower. And here's what I'm going to do. This color is the gold for like the inside of the sunflower. Toward the leaves, if you notice on a picture of a sunflower, toward the center, the leaves are pretty orange, and then they yellow. They get more yellow as you leave the center. So first things first, I'm gonna put this, oh, you probably want to know the color. I have so many sinful colors you can't get anymore. Anchors away. If you're ever watching one of my videos and I'm like, I'm not going to tell you the color, it's really because most of my polishes are long discontinued. I shop a lot of clearance sales. I used to buy exclusively sinful colors. So, oops, watch that. Sometimes when you're doing direct painting from the wand onto your reverse stamping, sometimes you'll get a little drip from the wand bit that will totally ruin your reverse stamp. So do be aware. I can get a little distracted in the art, and that's not what we're looking for. We're looking for being aware just in case a drop wants to ruin your pretty painting. All right, so here's my little 2-liter soda lids. And what I'm going to do is put both gold and the tangerine color together. Now, you normally when I did this gradient, you see that fire? When I did this gradient for the reverse stamp, I actually used 4 separate mixers of the color. And then this is still my yolk gold from Hit the Bottle. So I mix these two together and I get the color that I want. All right, so in the middle here, let's find a brush that's the correct. This'll do. Sorry, I've got all sorts of fuzzies on some of these brushes. I guess I should have. Oh no, I have glue sticking to my fingers, sorry. This is just, I am a messy crafter. So I'm just going to very lightly brush this plain color. I'm doing this to sort of get the beginning of the gradient. So let me know. I'm going to keep trying to watch the screen so that if you have any questions about what I'm doing, I can cover everything. Because of course, the whole point of me doing this is so that you can kind of see my process. You'll notice I'm doing a lot of, I talk about this a lot, where I'm stabilizing my hand as I paint so that any shaking or tremor or fatigue doesn't ruin it. Okay, so now I'm going to see if this is dry yet. Oh, how do I plant a many? Do I map it out first? Oh, I did. Thank you. That's so nice. So I'm eventually, this is something I'm thinking of making sure that I do a video on, because people have asked me, you know, what I do that it looks so planned. And sometimes I'll be like, okay, well, this I like for the middle two, and I'm going to do that. And then as I go, I'll kind of think what kind of image I need. And at this point, I have at least 500 plates. So in some sense, it was much easier. And always check your art on your other side. And I don't know whether that looks like a gradient or not, but we'll see in a minute here whether it worked. So sometimes I work on symmetry. Sometimes I look for similar motifs. Like let me try to think. Galaxies aren't a good example because they're so specialized. What else have I done recently? Gosh. I don't remember what I've done recently. Tell me a mani you of mine that you like, or a topic you'd like me to, like a mani topic you'd like me to address, and I'll tell you how I would plan it out. I can't remember any of my ones that I've liked recently. Oh, so when I do it for PR, I just do the middle two, and I know I'm able to plan the mani based on that. That's really easy to do. Sometimes I totally fill them up, sometimes I don't. I don't know why I'm filling all of this in, because of course this is a smaller nail, but you know, I just do it, I fill it up. I always like to fill it up because I never know until the moment, and this goes to what you were asking, Pink. I never know until the exact moment whether I'm going to stamp it where I planned to stamp it. Because, what if I'm about to put it down and I don't like the way it looks? What's happening then? So is this okay? Or does this gold not look great to me? I don't know. So probably what I'll do is what I plan to do, because I did think ahead this time for once, is because I had planned to do whatever I did to the other nails with this metallic gold. And I forgot about it. That'll happen sometimes. I won't put something in the right place and I'll forget about it. And the mani will turn out great, even though, you know, I didn't think about what I had wanted to do at first. This is going to have to dry for a minute. A lot of times you'll see me put white on the inside of a reverse stamp once I'm totally done coloring it in. And that really does help it show up on dark colors. Like if I were putting it on this blue, which actually looks really nice. So maybe I'll just show you my whole process for this, because so all right, here we go. I have about 6 different kinds of tips of shapes I like. I've ordered a couple more in. My middle finger is a 3. You're getting to see more than I had planned for you to see. This is kind of exciting. Okay, and I just decided that gold might not work for that. Okay, so I'm going to totally redo that nail. And sometimes I do that. Oh, thank you. Yes, right? So that's my plan. And that does happen. I intended to show it to you, but I didn't intend to make such an impression. Yes, that's what I'll do. I'll sort of put it over once I'm done, and I'll be like, oh, does that look right? And then I think, nah, that doesn't quite look right. I think I'll probably turn left instead of going straight ahead. So this left turn is going to be, I'm going to put more of this polish on. It is a 2-coater minimum. And especially because it is a tip, I mean, normally we do say wrap the tip, but because it's a tip and this is going to really show, you always want to make sure that you put that down and you get that end of there. Now, if I keep brushing it, it's just going to take this polish off. So let me put a little bit more on my brush and see if I can get it. It's a really transparent polish. I'm not a huge fan of this one, but I really like how sparkly it is. But you bet your bottom dollar if I had a Sinful Colors polish that did this, I'd be using it instead. Indie doesn't always mean great. I mean, it usually means great, but this one I'm not especially excited about. Now I'm going to put my final little tip on. so that I think it might be ready. Sometimes you'll ruin your reverse stamp by putting the, I like to put a final clear coat on so that I get a perfectly even texture. I don't like bumpy nail art, if you know what I mean at all. So just very, very gently, making sure I have plenty of polish on the brush. You don't want to put a dry brush up against a decal that just is drying. And then I'm going to put this aside while I do that French tip. All right, this is not the plate, but I do want to show you that the date, not Daisy, Sunflower, is from What's Up BO44. And I think they just changed their shipping so that it's like free over 40 or free over 30. They didn't do that before, I don't think. So let me grab my final little tip. I can be even less careful if I like with this particular one because it's for my pinky, and my pinky is so tiny. Nope, that would be a fail. So when I fail, I just, as we would say in knitting, I frog it and then I move along. I cast on again and I just keep going. Or is it Dory or Dora? No, it's Dory. In what's it called? Sometimes the acetone works to kind of cool the plate down. As I mentioned earlier, it's best that your plates are cool when you're trying to do this stuff. All right, yeah, there we go. Can you see? I'm experimenting with bullying YouTube. They're not responding to the bullying. I'm saying, please zoom in on that image, and my fingers didn't really get a result. So now I'm going to put my clingy or cling, I don't remember. I'm going to look. And I have a bag. So this is funny. I do tell you about my setup sometimes. It's not clean enough to show it to you. But I put little advanced cuts of Scotch tape on the side of a bookcase that's next to me. And then if you hear this, I have a trash can right next to me. I think it's important that you have everything close to hand so that you can kind of keep your process going. I do, as a person with ADHD, I do sometimes get totally distracted. If they're your real fingers, you can't do that. You can't just like go, oh, well, I'm going to go take care of the dog. No, your fingers are wet. That's not going to work out. So in this way, I do get a little bit more freedom as far as my creative process goes. So I do have a choice here to make. If you notice, the image is pointing this way on the first finger or the pointer. On the ring finger, it's pointing the other way, so it's like an opposite. So what do I do on the pinky? And the answer is, I think I'm boring. People are leaving. Sorry if I'm boring. All right, so what I'm going to do is I am going to put it the opposite way on the pinky so that it alternates. So that's a decision I do tend to make in the middle of things. Now, pink, as you said, I do sometimes draw out my manis. So I will have an actual sketch pad and I will draw really ugly fingers. Yes, see, that's so good. That's such a good idea, Alexa. It's just, I just got to keep everything, I just have to have everything ready. I have experience with, like, if I have to cut some tape in the middle, maybe I'll knock over a polish. Or so somebody posted on a group I'm in this morning, they posted that they use those little foam polish holders for shipping. Sometimes companies like Maniology, for example, will ship a bunch of polishes in a foam sort of form that fits their polishes, which would be this shape of polish. And they put them so that they don't knock them over. They put them in that little foam form while they're working on it. And I thought, oh, what a great idea that is. That is the best idea. All right, so I got the coverage, you know, adequate. It's not my favorite. Now, this is something I do with my base coat, with my top coat, is I'll put it on and then I will wipe off my brush because as you see, sometimes you do get a little bit on there, which means I need to top off my top coat. I like to keep it totally full, and I have a little fill container. Seche Vite is not my favorite top coat. It's Swift by, oh, what's the name? Nevermind. That is my favorite top coat, but I only have one container of Swift, and I have this much Seche Vite. So guess what I usually use when I'm just doing sort of throwaway mayonnaise. If I'm doing something that matters, well, you bet your sweet Bippy I'm going to use the Nevermind. Okay, so I'm still waiting for that top coat to dry, so I'll go ahead and I want to see if I have a different top coat. I'm not liking the way that this is. Well, I guess I'm using Swift. So, because that particular Seche Vite I think might need emptied out. You know, I'm not digging it. It's got a kind of a way that it's pulling. Oh, that's very smart, Cami. An old cell phone box, that's very smart. Just some way. I mean, I have this bottle of, it was my perfect brown. It's called Send Hues by China Glaze. It's like just the perfect shimmery deep brown. And it's totally, I can't find it anywhere. The reason I'm looking for it is because I knocked it over in the middle of doing a mani with the like 6 different reverse stamps I had going. I was, you know, I had everything going at the same time, and whoosh, the Send Hues fell over, and all of that beautiful sparkly brown just went on my handy silicone thing. This one is by Moyu London. It's just huge. That's why I use this one. Also, I don't mind the design of it. All right, so let's see if this is ready. It is. It's fine. What can I do for you while I'm waiting for this top coat to dry? Somebody tell me. I guess I could play with this plate a little more. I'm a little disappointed that it didn't pick up the image I wanted immediately. Maybe I'll try it with a different stamping polish. When you're playing with the plate, I mean, that's really helpful, is to sort of see, well, was it the polish? Was it my scraper? What was it? Now, I just wrapped my finger in the microphone cord. That's doing a little bit better. So it could be it just wants a much thinner stamping polish. Oh, good. It zoomed in. I mean, not zoom. It focused this time. Sorry, I've been fighting with YouTube's interface. And then I really do love this plate. And it's one of the ones from AliExpress. But all those random flourishes really make me happy. All right. I might go for it. I might be ready to attempt to put that reverse stamp on. In reality, oh, I can show you my new stamper though. Okay, so when these they're called Galaxy stampers, when they first recycle plastic. Yes, that's so helpful, Lisa. So I just got this from AliExpress. I did not jump on the Galaxy stamper train when they came out because they were all coming in like a little metallic container holder that was totally opaque. And I miss, you know, I love my clear stampers. I don't want to not have a clear stamper. And just the other day I was browsing and I found that they now have them like telescope. You have an opening here so that you can have your Galaxy stamper and have it be cute and sparkly, but you can still see the end. And that is a newer product. I have not seen that before. It could just be that I missed it, but I don't think so. I'm a little bit obsessive about knowing what's out there for stamping plates and accessories and things. All right, so as I mentioned, once you put the sticky base coat on, you want to let it dry about 30 seconds or so. And you don't want to use a lot of pressure to put the stamp down. Not just normal, you shouldn't be stamping with that much pressure, that's why your stamping isn't working kind of reasons. No, this is because sometimes your stamp will slide. I didn't cover it in white. Oh my God. I'm such a dork. I waited and everything. I sticky base coated it and everything, and yet I didn't cover it in white. Normally I use a fine art brush because, oops, yes, see? This is what I do. And the reason why, I'm going to show you why I put several coats of clear in my stamper, so that when I make a mistake, can take my finger. Usually I put even more coats than this. And then I rescue it. And that is why oh, thank you, Cammie. And that is why I put several coats of clear instead of just one or two, is because it has saved my life so many times. I mean, I've spent an hour on a reverse stamp and then just did a tiny little step outside of the bounds, and I was so upset. Anyway, so yes, now I put multiple layers of clear so that I can erase any mistakes I need to, because I am not giving up on that piece of art without a fight. Fight till the end. All right, so this is probably good enough. Normally I fill it all in, but we're at 36 minutes here and I want to kind of finish up. What else do I have in my stamping place that might be helpful? Oh, I'm going to actually include this in a full video. So you know how I say I mix my own stuff, but I was maybe going to mix my own polishes for like doing a reverse stamp, filling stuff in or whatever in these little 2-liter lids. Well, if it's more than a 2-liter lid will hold, like you're actually mixing 2 polishes to paint onto your nails, there are these things on AliExpress that are like giant contact lens holders, and they will keep your made polishes that maybe you just mixed it for one mani. They will keep it airtight so that it won't dry up in the little container, and voila, you can mix your own polishes for your manis. So if you have a couple of indies that look awesome together, go for it. All right, we're going to try this again, and then I'm going to finish up. And oh, next video to be released will be the Mani by Me box, because I'm getting it tomorrow. So I'm pretty excited about the storytelling theme. I'm pretty sure that anybody who watches all my Mani by Me videos know that I have something grand planned for that particular one. So sometimes I blow on it. Sometimes I just give it 30 seconds. Thank you for hanging out with me today. Let me know if you liked it. I'm going to try, if it doesn't let me post it as a real video though for everybody, then I'm going to go with Facebook next time. But do please let me know if you enjoyed this at all. I'm getting polish all over me as usual. Okay, it's time. This is the moment. Damn it. Okay, so if I had put one more coat of clear on this, then I would actually be able to slide it up. Oh, thank you, Cammie. Cammie said she enjoyed it. Okay, so this is actually salvageable. Sometimes, if you get your placement wrong, it doesn't work out. But if you'll see, I just use my finger to just gently, because your finger is so warm, that if you just slightly put your finger there, you can fold it to fill the space that you left. And voila! And you have a Support Ukraine mani. And this is my mani. And I hope you like it. Thank you, Pink. So the white really does help it show up on dark colors. I'm going to show you one more thing before I go. This is the thing I don't show in a lot of my videos, but it's absolutely an important part of my process. Because I do tend to put several layers, oh thank you Melinda, because I tend to put several layers of clear so that I can fix mistakes on the go, sometimes you'll get this look that looks just a little bit bubbly. So what I'll do is I'll take my cleanup brush and I'll dab it on the paper towel so that you can see what I'm doing is I'm melting the dry clear polish to the lower coat. Usually I do this before my final, no, always I do this before my final clear coat. So hey Ursuline, we're done. I'm so sorry, but I am going to post this on my YouTube channel. I'm so glad. Oh, one thing that's important, I didn't see the question before, but you were talking about stamping and clear coats and reverse stampings. Do be very careful when you're putting your clear coat the first time on your reverse stamp that you never you never overlap your strokes, because if you overlap your strokes of clear, then you're going to wipe out a design line if you budge something that's already wet, if that makes any sense. And I'll do more. You'll see, I'll do more lives. This seems to have worked well. For 7 or 8 people, I'm absolutely happy with it. It's fine. So I'm so glad that you showed up. I'll keep doing this once every 2 weeks for, I mean, heck, 5 people. So thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Cammie. I'm so excited. But this is just an example. You know, sometimes you're in the middle of something, you have an idea, and then it just, you find something better. So don't forget to watch my Mani by Me video. That'll take a few days to sort of do all the nail art for me. You know, you know me, I go overboard. So it's okay, Ursuline. Thank you so much for coming by, though. Yes, do rewatch it. I'll post it right away. I'm gonna, you know, put some top coat on this and slap it on my fingers. Take a Pikachu. I don't know, because okay, so Lisa just I was saying, okay, Lisa, I'm going to talk about this just before I go, though, because my Walgreens, all the Walgreens in St. Louis, discontinued clear nail protector. Oh, thank you, Pink. Thank you for, you're Cindy. Thank you. Okay, so clear nail protector was recently discontinued from all my Walgreens, so I really hope I'll be able to get it somewhere else. So that's all I have to say about that. Thank you so much. You guys have a great day. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.